Well, students, good evening to all of you. So, guys, as you know that your M.Ed exams are going to start from 31st. So today, once again, we are taking the exam preparation class, right, of M.Ed first year. So under this class, guys, we will discuss the important things. Okay, we will discuss the first our syllabus. Okay, the syllabus of our first paper, right? Then psychology paper. Then we'll discuss the last year's solved paper, and along with this, I will tell you the important question also, right? It means which questions you have to prepare for the long answer. Okay, already we have discussed, but I'm again taking your class because just 2-3 days before the exam. Then we will discuss the notes given by us, given by the Wintech. Okay, and some students are requested, sir, please explain the Gany theory of hierarchy of learning. So we will also discuss the Gany theory of hierarchy of learning. Okay, notes I have given to you. Then, guys, after we'll discuss the important tips and techniques to attempt all questions, because it doesn't mean to learn to mug up all the answers and not able to write all the answers. The main thing is that because to write that, to attempt the exam, it is also an art. So you should know that. Okay, not only you have to prepare, the main thing is that you have to write, you have to attempt all the questions, right? So that you should be know that your question paper would come of the 70 marks. 70 marks are divided into the 5 part: 14, 14, 14, 14, 14, right? First section is the compulsory section, right? There would be the 4 short answer questions. Each question carries the 3.5 marks. It is into 14, and the rest of the 4 sections, out of the 2, you have to attempt 1 questions, right, guys? And do's and don'ts. Okay, what you have to do and what you have to avoid. We will discuss, this is the important, right? And last, we will discuss the important instructions written on your admit card. I hope you have downloaded your admit card from the website, or you have taken from the college by yourself, right, guys? So I start with the with the syllabus. Okay, so all of the files I have opened here, right, guys? So I'm going to open the Word file. This is the syllabus file. So this is the syllabus file, right, guys? First, we'll discuss the syllabus. Okay. So this is our syllabus. The name of the paper is Psychology of Learning and Development, right? So today we will not discuss any of the topic. Today, this is a tips and techniques class. Okay, this is a class of just what you have to do and what you don't, right, guys? So first of all, I request to all of you, if you are a online or uh, attached with me, you should have copy and pen, right? Register or of your guide and anything, so you can note it, guys, right? Otherwise, I will put this lecture on the YouTube. Later on, you can see that, right, guys? In the first section, guys. So everybody we know that in a first section there would be a 2 questions. Out of the 2 questions, we have to attempt 1. Am I correct? Right? Now the question arises. First of all, we have to see one is the short answer and which one is for the long answer. Right? See the syllabus. Unit 1, concept of education psychology, and second chapter is concept of growth and development. So naturally, guys, it is 100% correct. 1 questions you will get from the educational psychology chapter, and second question you will get from the growth and development chapter, right? Now you have to make your mind which questions you have to attempt. Then first clear that one. Okay, then later on, okay, you can go further. Okay, for example, under the chapter 1, concept of educational psychology, questions are relationship of education and psychology, right? It can never be a long question. Are you getting my point? Relationship of education and psychology, it does not exist as a long question. It will always come for the short answer, right, guys? After that, the question is concept, meaning of education psychology, and scope of educational psychology. Yes, guys, it can become the long question. Okay. And in fact, it has come in the last to last year paper, right? So you can go for this long question, right? So now you are making your mind for the long question. So then, guys, you have to prepare whole topic, concept of educational psychology, meaning of educational psychology, as well as scope of educational psychology. That's why I have put, you can see that, long answer, right? Well, you can see that in front of the relationship of education and psychology, I have written short answer, right, guys? So that you will come to know that it will always come as a short answer, not the long answer. Okay. For a long answer, you can go for this concept, meaning of education psychology, and scope of education psychology, number one. Number second, guys, here, I think this is a very much important to tell you how you have to attempt that. So, guys, first of all, you have to write the long question in 6 to 7 pages, and it should be finished within a 30 minutes. Number one. For example, the questions comes concept, meaning. So 1.5 page or 2 pages, 2.5 pages, you can go give for the concept and meaning. Rest of the 3.5 pages for scope of education psychology, and at least it should be 8 or 10 points. You know that I have taken the classes. I have discussed with you this whole chapter, all the 10 points, scope of educational psychology, right? Which includes the individual, learners, learning environment, everything, that comes under the scope of educational psychology. And the most important thing is that conclusion is must. All of you should know that you have to write the conclusion, guys. Many times I have told you, if you don't write the conclusion, 2 marks would be deducted. So write the conclusion also, okay, for the half page, okay. And guys, go with the pencil. You know that, ball pen, blue pen is required, right? In the instruction it is written, but you can carry the pencil also. You can underline the points, okay, because examiner doesn't have the lot of time to read your answer one after the other. Definitely he will see for your headings, okay. So you have to bold your headings by underline, okay. So this is the unit 1, second chapter under the unit 1, concept of growth and development, right? So guys, there are two things under the concept of a growth and development. Number one is general principles of a growth and development. After that, physical development of adolescent, intellectual development of adolescents, emotional development of adolescents, and one more is social development of adolescents, right? So, right. So if any of the questions comes related with any of the type, either physical, social, emotional, or intellectual, okay, you have to write the all 10 points which I have mentioned in the syllabus, okay. So side by side, I'm not showing the syllabus because we are focusing on the syllabus first, okay, right? And after that, when we will finish our syllabus, then I will move to the the notes which we have given to you, and all the points are written, right? Physical development, social, emotional, and intellectual development, all 8 or 10 points are written of the adolescents, right? Means growth and development of adolescents, okay. So for a long answers, you can go for, the most important, that Stanley Hall, he has said that, one of the psychologists, he has said that adolescent is the age of, he has given the example, age of storms. There is a lot of storms are going on inside the, adolescents, right, guys? So for, that point of view, emotional development and social development of adolescents are important. That's why I have written the, for a long answer, you can prepare it. Right, guys? Okay. Means, or otherwise, if you want to prepare only one, so then, guys, I will tell you prepare meaning and concept of educational psychology and scope of education psychology. Definitely, you will get the long answer. Right? So, unit 1 we have done. Right, guys? Now we move to the unit 2. See the unit 2. There are two topics. One topic is individual differences, and second topic is personality. Right, guys? first, guys, here we discuss which is simple, easy topic. And second, this is the important. We have to see what question you can stretch that, right? You have to see now, because you have to fill the 7 pages within a half an hour. So you have to see that even sometime, you have to see that which question you can stretch it. So guys, the question is the individual differences. So this is the easy one, because we know that, all are different persons. Even the twins are not unique. They have the different attitude, aptitude, personalities, right? Every individual is a, different, right? So here we have to talk about role of heredity and environment in developing individual differences and implications of individual differences. So when you go for the individual differences, so then guys, you should know about the meaning, concept and meaning of individual differences, and what is the role of a heredity and environment in developing individual differences. Okay, so this is an easy one. So you can go for this, right? But I'm explaining, if some of the students go for the personality, so then I will suggest, types and trait theory of a personality has come in the last year paper. Okay, the question has come, define meaning and concept of the personality and define the trait theory of personality. So you can go for, this theory, types and trait theory, okay, of the personality. Third one is a easy, assessment of a personality, right? Means how we can judge the personality of the other person. Okay, so guys, these are the techniques: subjective, objective and projective. But in your syllabus, objective is not. In your syllabus, there are 2 techniques: assessment of a personality by subjective and projective method. Okay, so then, okay, yeah, this is a technique for assessing the personality. Okay, if you want to go to the theory, what I want to say, under the personality, okay, 2 long question arises. Okay, one questions can make, define the meaning of a personality and define the trait theory of a personality, because this is important as compared to the type theory, right? Second questions can make, define the meaning of personality and what are the projective method of assessing the personality. So 2 questions can make, right guys? So either you can go for the theory, okay. If you don't want to go for the theory, if you want to see that which questions can be stretched, so naturally assessment of personality can be stretched. So then I will suggest go for the assessment of personality instead of the theory, right guys? Because under the theory now, you have to learn the name of the person. For example, Alport has given the theory of personality. You have to remember the name. But under this, general points are given under the assessment of personality. Okay, but I will suggest you go for the individual differences, because this is a easy questions. If under a unit 1, if you go for meaning and scope of meaning, concept and scope of education psychology, and under unit 2 you go for meaning of individual differences, role of a heredity and environment in individual differences and implications of individual differences, so your 2 long questions would be attempted. Here guys, we have to remember one thing: if we are preparing the topic individual differences, so then guys, we have to learn all of the 3 chapters. Okay, if in the first moment we are looking that if we have to attempt the individual differences, right guys? Okay, now 2 questions have we have discussed under the syllabus. Okay, and I have told you these are the long questions. Okay, now unit 3. Unit 3 mein there are 2 chapters. One is intelligent and one is learning. Okay, if you ask from me which is a easy one, so then guys, learning is a easy one. It is a very easy one, learning. Okay, because under the intelligence, okay, you have to remember the name of all the theories, because there are 2 or 3 theories are given. See the intelligence. First of all, 2-factor theory given by the Spearman. You have to go G and S factor ki theory given by the Spearman, right? Then multi-factor theory, Because when you start the theory, so then guys, you have to remember the name of the person who has given the theory. Okay. And Guilford model of intellect, it is a long one. Okay. Then after that, measurement of intelligence. So here, guys, I strongly recommend to all of you, okay, everyone under a unit 3, I strongly recommend go for the learning part. Everybody. Okay. Go for the learning part. Intelligence, go for the short answer, right? Nothing else. Matlab, in a short answer, you can learn the Spearman theory, two-factor theory, right? Under a short questions, na Guilford model of intellect, it does not come, because Guilford model of intellect, it will always come as a long answer. So guys, I will strongly recommend to all of you, go for the learning theory. You can stretch that learning theory, and there are only two theories. One is a classical conditioning theory given by the Pavlov, and second is a Skinner operant conditioning theory. Right, guys? So I have given you the notes also. Okay, you can see from the notes also. Even today we will discuss the notes, all of the questions, right? Under the notes also. Okay. And first question is a meaning and factor influencing learning. It is a very easy one. Huh? Age, nutrition, right? So these all the factors, environment, heredity, all factors are responsible for the influencing the learning, right? But two theories you have to learn under this. I will suggest to all of you, right? Develop classical conditioning theory or Skinner operant conditioning theory. Okay. So under this theory, first of all, you have to talk about classical conditioning theory is given by the Pavlov, right? And the meaning of a condition is this. Okay. Conditioning means when you get the original response by giving the artificial stimuli. This is called the conditioning. It was given by the Pavlov. Then you can explain the experiment of a dog, experiment of a saliva. Hana? You know, you know that. After that, guys, the one thing is very much important. In every question, you have to remember, you have to give the educational implications. Okay, guys. Even in the last 2-3 pages, it should be the educational implications. Even if the question come of a Skinner operant conditioning or Pavlovian theory, it is also called the Pavlovian theory, classical conditioning. Guys, you have to give the educational implications of at least 2 pages. This is the most important, because the examiner is not expected from you. You have to explain whole of the experiment on the dog done by the Pavlov. He just expect from you, you should know that educational implications. Why we are learning these theories? Because we have to get the educational implications. Okay. So under 3, I recommend to all of you, go for the learning part. Okay. I'm not saying leave the intelligent topic. I'm saying, prepare the intelligence topic for the short answer, right? For the long answer, go for the this, or whole of the, all the 3 questions: meaning, factors influencing learning, Pavlov conditioning, and Skinner operant conditioning, right? And under a 6 step, under a unit 4, okay, there are 2 topics. One is a Hull enforcement theory, learning by insight, and Gene hierarchy of a learning types, right? And second is a motivation, concept and meaning of a motivation, factor affecting the motivations, and theories of motivations. Okay. Last time, Maslow theory of a hierarchy of needs has come, right, guys? So if you go for the, even today we will discuss a little bit about the Gene hierarchy of a learning, because some students are sending me the message, sir, just explain in a brief about the Gene hierarchy of a learning. So we will explain it. Okay. But guys, here you can go for the motivation also, right? But under the motivations, you have to prepare all the 3 theories: physiological theory, Murray's need theory, or Maslow. It is called Maslow theory of a hierarchy of a needs. So it is a easy, one, motivation chapter is a easy one. So you can go for the 10th one for a long answer, right, guys? And if some students go for the Gane hierarchy of a learning, so then guys, I explain the Gane hierarchy of a learning. Otherwise, all of the four units we have discussed, right? So, okay, this is the last year paper also. You can see that, one way, one look of the, how questions comes. Even we have already sent you the paper, okay, in the, my YouTube lectures, you can see that. But you can see that it is a, last year paper. Compulsory questions are: one is relationship between education and psychology, second meaning of individual differences, factor influencing learning, concept of a motivations. Okay, all of the 4 questions I have solved for you, and I have given the notes to you all. You can see that unit 1 discuss the meaning, concept and scope of education psychology, and second is the what are the general principle of a growth and development, explain the social and emotional. ये देखो always ना एडोलेसेंट्स के अंदर सोशल और इमोशनल आएगा, बिकॉज वो जो पीरियड होता है एडोलेसेंट का, जो पीरियड होता है, देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ things are going inside the adolescents, right? Because he is not adult and he is not child, he is in between childhood and adulthood. So right guys, so that's why always social and emotional development of adolescents, there are 99% chances, okay, as compared to 1% intellectual development of adolescents, right? Okay, now the unit 2, you can see that area of individual differences, highlight the role of a heredity and environment in developing individual differences. And under the personality question has come, what are the determinants of personality? Determinants means influencing the personality. What are the factors which influencing the personality? Discuss the trait theory of personality. Okay, you can see that I've given you the notes, even guide. Okay, if 5 or 10%, if it is not written, so you can see from the guide also, guys. Okay, no need to worry. Otherwise, I have given all. In unit 3, may you can see that intelligence may Guilford model of intellect has come, and theory of a Pavlov classical conditioning theory has come. Okay, so now you can go for the Skinner operant conditioning theory. Okay, but don't leave the classical conditioning theory. Okay, because you are attempting the learning topic, learning chapter. Okay, and under unit 4, then a hierarchy of learning has come. And last, what are the factors of motivation? Explain the one theory of a motivations, any one theory. Either you can define the Maslow theory, Murray theory, and physiology theory. You can say along with the educational implications. Right, guys? So today we have discussed the, what are the long question has come, short also, and last year paper also. Okay. So guys, little bit, some students are saying for the, Gane theory of learning. So little bit I want to tell you about the Gane theory of hierarchy of learning, right? So in 1956, Robert M. Gane, he was a psychologist. He was an American psychologist. He has given that this theory of hierarchy of a learning, because he has given the points. There is a types of a learning. There are a lot of types of a learning. So he has given the hierarchy, classification, right? So Gane identified 8 basic types, means 8 types of learning he has given. So if you prepare the Gane hierarchy of a learning, so 8 points you have to remember, right? 4 types of a learning are related with the behavior, and 4 types of a learning are related with the cognitive. We will see in the next slide, right? Gane identified 8 basic types and arranged them in a hierarchy. According to him, the higher order learning in this hierarchy builds upon the lower level, requiring progressively greater amounts of a previous learning for their success. The lowest 4 orders tends to focus on the more behavioral aspect, and highest 4 order talks about the cognitive aspect. Okay, you can see that picture. Okay, guys, when you are going for the any hierarchy of a learning, this figure you have to make. That's why you have to carry the pencil also, right, guys? So under the Gane hierarchy of a learning, the main important thing is you eight types of learning you have to remember. 8 things, right? You can see the figure. Lower level of a learning, 4 types of a lower level learning: signal, stimulus, chaining, and verbal, right? 4 types of a higher order of a learning, which is called the cognitive learning: verbal, multiple concept, rule, multiple discrimination, concept learning, rule learning, and problem solving. Right, guys? So you can see that I have defined here. Okay. And a theory of a hierarchy of a learning. One is a signal, stimulus, chaining, verbal, and discrimination learning, concept learning, rule learning, problem solving. Right? So 8 points you have to learn. Okay. But under the Gane hierarchy of a learning, after explaining all the 8 points with elaboration of 3 or 4 lines, you have to write the another heading. What are the outcomes? Outcomes means educational implications. Okay, guys, right? So the 5 components are intellectual skills, cognitive strategy, verbal, motor skills, or attitude. Okay. After this slide, I show the notes. I will show you all of the things I have given to you. So that's why I'm not explaining here today. This is the exam preparation class. I'm going to tell you the the most important tips and techniques regarding the exams. That's why I'm going swiftly. So these are the educational implications, guys. I have already said to you all the questions Bina give the educational implications. So these are the educational implications of a Gane theory of a hierarchy of learning. Pavlov condition of a theory, Pavlov learning theory comes, uh, classical conditioning theory, you have to give the educational implication. Skinner operant conditioning theory comes, you have to give the educational implications. Even when you are writing any of the theory, give the educational implication, you must remember this thing, right? So these are the educational implications. Gain attention, informing the learner's objective, stimulating recall of a prior learning, presenting the stimulus, providing learning guidance, performance, providing feedback, assessing performance, enhancing retention and transfer as well. Can a hierarchy of a learning is useful in teaching also, right? It helps the teacher to select appropriate teaching technique, helps the teacher to select suitable content or a unit for teaching, uh, for the teaching. Third one is help the teacher to decide what lower behavior or subordinate skills should be taught before teaching higher learning types. It helps the teacher to break a complex problem into the short part, right? The last textbook can be produced on the basis of a task analysis of a learning objective. So guys, mota mota, right, aapko under the hierarchy of Gane theory, right, you have to explain first Gane theory, then 8 points, then outcome of the theory, then educational implications, right guys? So thank you so much, guys. Right. So, my next slide is for the important instructions for the M.Ed exam. But before coming on this, I want to, discuss here all the notes which we have given to you, right? And even the solved answer we have given to you, right? So I just want to tell you, guys, first of all, here, these are the, uh, notes, and, one file is for the, uh, this one, you can see that you know uh, last year solved questions, right? You can see that, okay, because I have told you now, because all things we have given to you, right? So ye dekhiye, number first, first question, relationship between education and psychology, right? You can learn that, all the 4 questions, okay? Then your little bit it is going slow because all the 4 files I have opened. Okay, I go slowly. Ye dekho, meaning of individual differences I have making notes for you, right? Ye dekho, educational implications. Even guys, you are attempting short answer na, okay, short answer you are attempting, then it is a good practice to give the educational implication, right? Concept of a motivation, hana, question has come, so you have to give the educational implications. Ab ye individual differences ka question has come, you give the educational implications, right? Because now it shows that you have the thoroughly knowledge of this. Actually you will get very good marks. Factor influencing learning, right? Physiological factors and psychological factor, right? Concept of motivation, right guys? Okay. And here they go discuss the meaning, concept, and scope of educational psychology. We just discussed in the syllabus as well as last year paper. This notes already we have given to you, right? And general principles of growth and development. All of the social, emotional, intellectual, and physical development of a adolescents. All the questions you have. Now you can see that the next is the questions discuss the area of individual differences, right? So these notes I have given to you. So only role of a heredity and environment in developing individual differences. It is, easy points are given in the guide. So that's why I'm not repeating that, right? So this part you can see from the guide. I have written in the notes. So this one you can see from the guide. Role of a heredity and environment in developing individual differences, right? Other I have explained, right? Concept and meaning. Next, similarly for the personality, guys. Okay, discuss the theory of the personality, right? See from the guide, trait theory of a personality. Okay, if you go for the personality one, otherwise, guys, go for the individual differences, full for the long questions. Now you can see the intelligence, Ilford model, intellect, right? ये देखिए, right? It is a long one, so that's why I have recommended here. I have strongly recommended to all of you go for the learning theories. Okay, two learning theories. One is a classical conditioning and operant conditioning theory of a learning. Right? Yeah, this is a classical conditioning of theory again, and this is a Gane theory of a hierarchy of a learning, which I just explained to you. You can see that. So this also, I have already given you the notes. Okay, I'm just showing that. We will discuss Gane theory of a hierarchy of a learning types along with educational implication, right? So this one we have given to you, right, guys? So full one, matlab 8 points you have to remember: the outcomes of a Gane theory of hierarchy of a learning and educational implications. Along with, I have given you the additional questions. Okay, so I don't want to discuss here, because you know that we have already discussed this thing, right? So all of the notes we have given to you. Previous one was a solved paper of the last year, right? And this is a questions, notes which we have given you 5-6 months before when your session started, right? Those students are getting the coaching from our Wintec Institute, right, guys? Okay, guys. Now I come on this point. Important instructions, right, for the M.Ed exam 22-24. I have downloaded from the site. So, guys, your exam would start on 10 a.m. right? But reporting time is the 9:30, right, guys? Second is attempt paper as per the instructions and serial wise. Yes, this is the important thing, guys. You know what happens? Some of the student now, what they do that, when the question paper comes, they go for the long question first. Okay, but in your paper you have seen that first 4 questions you have to attempt, that are the short questions, right, guys? So here we are also discussing the do's and don'ts, right, which I discuss when I studied the lecture. So, guys, you have to go the serial wise paper. Okay, first short questions are given, then, guys, attempt the short questions first. Okay, then go for the long questions. Okay, don't jump for the long questions. You know that, you better know that ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. Every questions carries equal marks. Okay, they need time, they need your speed. Only then you can attempt it, right, guys? Long question should be of a 6. Number third, long question should be of a 6 or 7 pages, right? And should be finished within a 30 minutes. Short question should be of 2 pages, should be finished within a 5 to 7 minutes. So now already we have discussed. Use blue pen, but you can use the pencil also. Finish paper. Here, this is the important thing. All of you, I just want to tell you, guys, before submitting your paper to the examiner, okay, 5 minutes before the finish your paper and see the paper. All of your 36 pages. Most of the time, 36 pages come. Okay. So, guys, all of you, I advise fill up to the last page. Naturally, you will get a good marks. And last, carry admit card, university roll number, and Aadhaar card as the address proof. Right, guys, all of you. So thank you so much for this lesson, this session, right, for your exam preparation class. And guys, best wishes to all of you. Okay, reach on the time and fill all the pages, right? Start, see the questions once, see the question twice, thrice, what the question is demanding from you, then start answering the question. Okay, see the question, you can stretch the question, then go for that questions. Thank you so much, guys, for this class.